Hey you guys, we're going to draw a fox today, and I'm going to be using Procreate, but there's nothing that I do in Procreate that you can't easily do on paper. I'm going to use my pencil brush so at least it looks a little more like I'm writing on paper. And we're going to start with the fox's head, top of his head, and it's just an arc like that. Now I'm going to draw the fringe on the side of a fox's face, just 3 little fringes on this side and on the other side. And then I'm going to draw a guideline that starts in the middle of my arc and continues down the length I think my fox's face should be. Whew, not that long. Yeah, like that. Okay. Now I'm going to connect my fringe to the bottom of that guideline. Like that. And this. Okay. Now we're going to draw his face markings, and the way we're going to do that is start again at the top of the fringe. We're going to draw a line that goes in towards our center guideline and then swiftly turns down toward the nose. Okay, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Definitely go in towards the guideline first and then down towards the nose, like that. And let's just go in and draw his nose. Okay, and we'll erase the guideline now. We don't need it, and you'll be able to see that we're starting to look a lot like a fox. Okay, let's draw his ears. We're going to start at the top of the fringe again. I'm going to draw a curve along the curve of his head and then a straight down line to connect to his head. Same thing on this side. Okay, and now let's go ahead and draw his eyes. I'm just going to do these very simple, cute, happy closed eyes because they're easy and they're very cute. Okay. Now let's do the body. I'm going to draw another guideline that goes from his nose down as tall as I think my fox should be. So I'm just eyeballing it. And a horizontal line so that I can keep all of my fox's feet hitting the same horizontal place on the page. Now we'll draw his front legs with a kind of a wave line that goes down and up and across our guideline, down and up again. We've got his front legs. And then we're going to connect the left front leg to his face, bit of a diagonal. And on the other side of his face, the right side, we're going to draw the shape of his back if he was sitting, coming out like that. Okay? And then his hind legs will be this backwards sort of C, stopping above the horizontal line so that we have room to draw in his back foot, like this. Good. Okay. Now we're going to erase this middle guideline because we don't need this anymore. Okay, and we'll go ahead and draw in his stomach, and it'll come from his back foot to sort of the top of his front legs, like that. I'm going to extend that front leg a little bit there, okay? And then his tail is again going to follow the curve of his back for one side, so I'm going to come sweeping up like that, and then just around to make the big fat tail of a fox on that side. Let's add some fringe to that tail. Lots of little fringes on a fox. And let's just add a few more details. So we'll maybe add a little bit in the ears here. And then a little fringe around his neck to match that tail fringe. Okay, and then you know how foxes have like black paws, so we'll draw in the markings for the paws. And there, he's looking really good. Let's go ahead and erase this last guideline. We don't need it. But you'll notice as I erase it, our illustration is just kind of floating in space. So I am going to draw a new ground, the ground for the illustration. I'm going to draw it up higher than the bottom of my fox. And that way he's in the foreground, and it implies a background. And okay, there you have it. You have a fox. Now I am going to go ahead and trace this with ink. Because I'm in Procreate, I'll just use another layer, but if you're doing it on paper, you can use a Micron pen, trace right on top of your pencil, and then just erase the pencil markings, and it won't do anything to your Micron pen. And there you have a clean, inked illustration of your fox. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have suggestions for future draw-alongs, I'd love to hear them. Just leave them in the comments section. And thanks, everybody. See you next time.